Western civilization is falling apart from all directions. It seems like it is under attack. And the people who are supposed to fix things, people who are supposed to protect us, they seem to be on the side of those who want to destroy and dismantle Western civilization. One such metric is the safety of our women. And right here on this channel, I have played you many videos, many countless videos of Western women getting attacked by men from horny third world barbaric societies who have flooded Europe. And obviously it's happening everywhere. There's no Western country that is actually safe from that. The only difference is at what scale it is happening. So obviously it is happening in Europe on a scale that was unthinkable, unimaginable. I would probably say that it wasn't happening at this scale even in medieval times, in peacetime, during peacetime. During wartime, yes, this can make sense, but it is happening on a scale, according to a report yesterday that I played in a video. In the UK, there are 8 rapes every hour in England and Wales. And when we compare that data from 20 years ago, the total number of rapes was about 12,000 a year. Now it's gone up to 70,000 a year. Okay. And that's just England and Wales. And if you thought that it is only our girls and children or women that are unsafe, well, think again. Meet Brooke Disalagni, 33-year-old. This guy just got sentenced to prison for raping a 60-year-old, not a woman, not that it makes it any better, a 60-year-old man. A 60-year-old British man was raped by this illegal migrant from Eritrea. But as it turns out, he's not even Eritrean. He's actually an Ethiopian. They claim to be Eritrean because Eritrea is apparently going through some sort of a civil war. So that way they can ensure that they don't get deported. They hate their countries and societies so much that they are willing to go to British prisons or Western prisons and not get deported. So this is how their mind is working. I'll go to British prison for a while. He'll be out in probably 6 months or so. I don't know. There's no mention of how long he got sentenced for. Whatever it is, 1 year, 2 year, I'll go to prison. I'll come back. A 60-year-old man. I have covered at least 3 cases of young men getting raped by Afghans or illegal migrants in parks in London. Okay. So again, not an isolated incident. Do you want more? Check out this video. This is in Lyon, France. Watch this. This time, a 108-year-old elderly woman in France. Watch.
Écoutez, c'est une pauvre vieille dame donc de 108 ans. Alors chacun imagine sa grand-mère ou même la mère de sa grand-mère à 108 ans. Et on voit qu'il n'y a absolument aucun frein moral, sociétal. Il y a rien qui retient les...
You know why there's no moral or societal restraint? Because they don't follow your morality. They don't respect your society. They don't even view you as equal human beings. They don't. They don't. That's the direct teaching of Islam. You know, these lefties divide the world in, you know, your white man and everyone else non-white, and that's racist and that non-racist. Islam divides the world in 2 groups as well. A believer, a Muslim believer, right at the top, and an infidel. That's how they divide human beings, and they divide societies in 2s as well. Darul Islam, meaning the house of Islam. So they have strict Islamic code there. If a Muslim did that to a 108-year-old or any Muslim woman, then if she couldn't provide 4 witnesses, then she'd be stoned to death along with her rapist. That's their society and value, whatever. So either way, this person would not have done anything. He would have been under a lot of societal restraint. But because he's in France, he's in Christian lands, or Darul Harb, meaning the house of war, all of you people are fair game. All of you are fair game. You're not treated equally. You're not seen as an equal human being. But Western society still believes that we're all equal.
Les auteurs dans leur passage à l'acte, parce que de fait, ils n'ont pas hésité à péter une fenêtre tout simplement pour rentrer dans le logement et surtout dans la cuisine de cette dame. manifestement, je parle au pluriel parce qu'il semblerait que ce soit une pluralité d'auteurs, hein, 2 ou 3 personnes minimum, qui soient rentrées donc dans ce logement pour procéder à un cambriolage. Parce que ce qui a été établi par la suite, c'est qu'il y a plusieurs pièces du logement qui ont été fouillées et manifestement, on a compris, on a découvert qu'il y a des bouteilles de parfum qui ont été dérobées, en tout cas qui ne sont plus dans le logement. Donc on comprend que c'est ça le butin, hein, des bouteilles de parfum. C'est ça qui justifie leur acte. Et également, vous le disiez en parlant du sujet, cette dame, elle a été retrouvée partiellement dénudée. Partiellement dénudée sur son canapé, c'est son auxiliaire de vie qui la retrouve, une dame donc, qui doit venir, j'imagine, la voir quotidiennement, et qui la retrouve partiellement dénudée. Probablement que cette dame, malgré son âge et ce qui lui était arrivé, est encore assez lucide pour expliquer ce qui s'est passé. Toujours est-il que dans la foulée, donc, elle est conduite à l'hôpital pour qu'on procède à des examens médicaux qui vont venir, d'une part, pouvoir nous montrer la cohérence entre les déclarations et puis le résultat des analyses médicales. C'est-à-dire que c'est sordide, mais on vérifie médicalement si, s'il y a des lésions, par exemple, qui attesteraient de violences sexuelles. On vérifie également la présence de traces biologiques hein, qui pourraient être sur le corps de la victime. Si tel est le cas, bah, ça nourrit l'enquête parce que si on trouve de l'ADN, des traces biologiques exploitables, alors c'est comparé avec nos fichiers. On voit s'il y a une personne qui ressort au FNAEG, donc le fichier national des empreintes génétiques, où on liste les auteurs des délits graves et des crimes. Et donc comme ça, l'enquête avance. Là, ce qu'il faut démêler, c'est la réalité exacte des faits, c'est-à-dire savoir qui a fait quoi. Euh,
Come on,
et
get
puis
to the point.
évidemment, toujours rappeler ça, quoi, rappeler qu'il n'y a plus aucune limite dans l'attitude des délinquants. C'est-à-dire que la vulnérabilité, une vulnérabilité extrême de cette personne, bah, c'est pas un frein, c'est une opportunité.
Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe it's just the quality of the subtitles, or this guy is so incoherent. But you can read that right here: sexual aggression. So this 108-year-old woman was. Let me read this tweet for you, so we know, so we're on the same page. A 108-year-old woman has been sexually assaulted and robbed near the French city of Lyon. It's a poor lady, 108 years old. So everyone can imagine their grandmother or even their grandmother's mother or at 108 years old. And we see that there is absolutely no restraint, no moral or societal restraint, said the spokesperson of a French police union. Your girls and children are getting raped. Your grandmothers are getting raped. Your grandfathers are getting raped. Your boys, young men are getting raped. Where does this end? Where does this end? And I've been warning, at least as early as 2022, that mass migration is coming to Australia. And when it does come to Australia, the usual suspects will be there too. Look at this. A Moroccan immigrant painter has been jailed for at least 4 years for trying to rape one female stranger and sexually assaulting another in terrifying attacks in Canberra. Now, we know the usual answer from the other side. Look, yeah, 1 or 2 people are doing that, blah, blah, blah. Not everyone is like that. Of course, not everyone is like that. But if 5% of them are like that, why should we gamble with our society? Why should we import people from cultures that are known to produce, on average, more sex pests than others? Why? It's always the same. It's always the same. Look at this. Sexual offenses per 10,000 in the UK. It is a carefully collated data because the UK government does its absolute best to hide it. And the Centre for Migration Control has challenged the UK government to come and challenge it, but they haven't challenged it because if they challenge it, then they're gonna have to open the books. So we're gonna assume that this is correct. An average out of 10,000 people, one natural-born UK citizen commits a sexual offense. Okay, and that includes a lot of those Pakistanis, and it includes everyone. That it doesn't necessarily mean white Brits. If you actually reduced it to white Brits, the number would probably fall to 0.05 or something. But anyway, ignore that for a moment, yeah? An average British citizen is 1 in 10,000. Angola is close to 30. Albania, Congo, Burma, Sudan, Moldova. Moldova is an outlier. Chad, Namibia, Eritrea, and Afghanistan. Look at that. 59. If you import 10,000 people from Afghanistan, 59 of them are going to commit some sort of a sexual offense. 59. Some people might still say, oh, that's 59 out of 10,000. What about 9,941 other people? What about them? I say, we don't care. We don't care. See, this doesn't make sense. People say that all the time, but that's not all of them. It doesn't have to be all of them. I remember Victoria Police has every year during the Christmas period, they always say, oh, our target is 0 in traffic fatalities. And I always say it's never going to happen. You know, every year it's like 10, 15 people die around that period in Victoria due to drink driving or whatnot during the holiday season. They always say that our target is 0. It is unmatchable. But that's a good target to have, because you cannot say, oh, well, 15 people die around this period every year anyway, so let it be. You can't say that, especially when your native citizens, and by native, I'm loosely translating that, this is where your native citizens are, right at the bottom. Yeah? Shut down all immigration from these countries. They're the usual suspects. North Africans, Middle Easterns, and South Asians. India is not included in that, by the way. Indians and Bengalis, for some reason, do better, but Bengalis, they attract other problems. Just go to East London or Tower Hamlets. They have that they pose the Islamist threat. So that threat is always there. So if they're not doing this, yeah, then they're doing other things. They are challenging your society. They're challenging the social fabric of your society in some form. I would argue, in some way, I would say that those people are more dangerous. Those who don't commit crime, but they want to overthrow the status quo, who want to overthrow our liberal democracies. They are more dangerous. But these are just as bad, because in this case, individuals pay the price. So, yeah, I don't know why we keep doing this. This should not be normalized. It should not be accepted. But this is happening on a scale, as I said, unimaginable. It didn't happen even during medieval times, during peacetime. This is the house of war. This is why they're behaving like this, because, as I said, Islam divides the world into 2 spheres. Darul Islam, the house of Islam, and Darul Harb, the house of war. You guys are fair game. I'm not saying every Muslim thinks like that, but a lot of them do. And numbers don't lie.